gals, non-binary pals, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. We are so happy to have you. If you see all these lovely people here on the side of the screen that are leaving lovely comments for you, they are from the chat, which is from Twitch, which I stream on every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you would be down to join these people right here, we would love to have you. Again, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Alrighty. So today what we are going to be talking about, oh, also, these shirts are available now, up to size 5XL, around the world shipping. Cool. Sorry. So today what we're going to be talking about is actually a creator that we have talked about a few times on this channel. We actually did an interview with her as well in the past. But this is coming from, I would consider a friend. Her name's Megan. And the title of this video is Why Weight Loss Surgery Social Media Kinda Sucks, right? And so it's kind of a spicy title. She does a lot of spicy videos. But we are actually going to be skipping ahead quite a bit in this video because she ends up talking about diet bet, which is actually what I am interested in as far as what I have stuff to say about that. As far as when it comes to weight loss surgery, social media, I didn't have weight loss surgery. I don't really have opinions on that. It's really not, I don't really, like, if you want to watch the video, you should watch it. There will be a link in the description, but I just didn't really have anything to say about that. So we are going to be talking and focusing mainly on diet bet. So if you are not familiar with what diet bet is, which would make sense, not everyone knows what it is basically this, I don't even know how to explain it. It's basically people betting money. I mean, that's what it is. It's diet bet. So there will be a person that kind of orchestrates it. So say it's me. I've actually done diet bets in the past, which we'll get into, but say I decide I am going to do a diet bet. So what that means is I put out this, PSA, let everyone know, hey, there's a diet bet, click the link in the bio. People go click on that link, and the diet bet can range anywhere from $20 to $40, $50, whatever, right? It can be as much as you really want. And so you tell the person so the person, say I'm a follower of whatever, you go to the page, you put in the 30, 45, whatever, however much it costs, and you are saying, so by doing that, you say, in a certain amount of time, usually it's in a month or two or something like that, you are saying that I'm going to lose X amount of weight or X% of my weight. It depends on, how much you weigh and all that stuff, right? And then but the reason that it can be kind of a problem, the reason that I stopped doing it is the only way that people get paid is through people losing. Because the money goes into a pot, and the reason a lot of people sign up is they see the pot is like a few $1,000s. So a lot of people in their head, they think, okay, if I win this diet bet, I'm going to make hundreds or maybe thousands of dollars. When in reality, a lot of times the people that are actually in the diet bet only make $15, maybe $20, which, if you're going to lose weight anyways, shoot, why not, right? But the reason it felt a little shady to me is that you, as the person that organizes it, a lot of times you'll get 10%. It's changed over time, but when I did it, you would get 10% of the pot. So I made, you could make, theoretically, and people have, thousands and thousands of dollars from people putting into this diet bet. So you are literally making money off of people failing a diet, right? And so I know a lot of people don't have a problem with it and they love doing diet bets, but I felt really weird about it. And so that's why I stopped doing it, right? And so I did a couple many, many years ago. Okay, so I'm sorry. I know if you already know what diet bet is, you're probably like, dude, I know. But some of you might not know. So this is what we're going to be focusing on in the video, okay? All right, cool.
That I wanted to talk about is diet bet. Okay, my battery died and my...
So I don't know why Megan decided to get a septum piercing after I got mine, but apparently she wants to be just like me, but that's fine.
Camera fell off the tripod and so much just happened. So apologies if things look different or whatever, but diet bet. So I know that diet bet has been talked about a lot on fitness, social media, and everything. For good reason, because diet bet fucking sucks, okay?
True.
It's not a good thing. It is absolutely just not a good thing. I have seen so many weight loss surgery influencers promote it. And I think that
So what's interesting here is the angle that's being taken is someone that is participating in Diet Bet, but that has also had surgical help to lose the weight. Is that wrong? Should that be allowed? Right? If you are entering into a diet bet where you are trying to lose a specific amount of weight, but you have been surgically helped in your weight loss, is that fair? Right? That's kind of what we're talking about here.
Is not good. It's not good at all. Essentially, if you don't know what Diet Bet is, it's a weight loss program online that a lot of influencers promote. And basically, like, participants, people who do it can, like, wager a certain amount of money. It usually ranges from like $20 to $50. The goal is that they'll lose a certain percent of their body weight. If they do, then they get their wager back, but then they also get a percentage of money from a pool that's made up of the people who didn't meet this goal. So like they lost their money, and so the people who like did do it get part of that pool, if that makes sense.
It's so savage when you hear someone else explain it. At least to me, bro, it is so savage. It's like you didn't lose the weight that you were trying to lose, and also you lost money. Like, dude, oh, so good.
Admittedly, I did do a diet bet in 2019. I did do that, and it was a horrendous experience. The mindset it put me in was awful. I don't think finances and weight loss should ever be mixed, ever. And I do
want to make it very clear. I think the reason why so many weight loss influencers do them is you guys, I probably shouldn't share this, but I made thousands, I think it was about $2,000 on the first diet bet that I did. And I was not a very large influencer at the time. And my diet bet was definitely not the biggest that, has ever been around, right? I was actually able to buy my first laptop with the money that I made from the diet bet. But and trust me, at the time that I was doing them, seriously, the money would have been incredibly helpful, but I couldn't do it. Like, I couldn't do it. It felt too bad. But the reason people continue to do them is because you can make a lot of money. A lot. I'm not just making that up. I have personal experience doing them, okay? Trust me.
Get my money back because I did hit my goal, not healthily, I might add, because there are ways to cheat the system. I didn't cheat the system, I just didn't eat enough food, but there are ways to cheat the system, and I think that, that a lot of people do that.
So, and that's one of the other issues, right? So first off is even if you're not cheating the system, right? So many people to lose the amount of weight, because again, I never like placing time limits on weight loss. I just don't think that it is a good idea. I just don't think it's a good idea. So I don't like that in general, because a lot of times for people to meet these time limits, they end up doing things that maybe aren't the healthiest, or like Megan said, they literally cheat. So you can it's very easy to, the day before the diet bet or the night before, or literally right before you decide to weigh in, you just eat a bunch of food, drink a ton of water, get a bunch of sodium in you, be super bloated, step on the scale, and the next day you are going to be 10 pounds down, and that might need to be all the weight that you need to lose, right? And there are so many other ways to do it, right? You could just fast for the few days before you do the final weigh-in. Like, there are so many ways to cheat it that it's like, why would you even go into that diet bet if you're going to try and do it like the right way, knowing that there are tons of people that are going to be doing it the wrong way? And the thing that's sad is, like, the people that are doing it the wrong way, they can be developing some serious issues because they are doing those things, right?
And so, and I guess I didn't fully understand the whole concept, because when I found out the extra money that I received was from people who like didn't meet their goal and so they just lost the money, it really bummed me out. Like, it really bummed me out. I feel like it's really exploitative of people's mental health and like mindsets towards weight loss. And I think it's really hypocritical of people specifically who have had weight loss surgery to do these things, because like we used to be in the mindset of the people who lost their money, you know? Does that make sense? And like,
and it's like, it's kind of a weird thing, right? Because think about if you're someone that's like following some influencer or whatever, and they do a diet bet and then you join and you fail. Like, I would feel weird. I'd be like, man, they took my money, bro, and I didn't lose any weight. Like, screw them, dude.
To exploit that for financial gain is just really fucked up, in my opinion. And like, I just don't like Diet Bet as a whole. I would make a video on it if you wanted me to, because like I've still seen people do it. Like, there's people that I follow still on Instagram who are doing it right now.
Do it. Call them out by name. You won't.
And I just don't agree with it at all. Like, at all. Another thing, I didn't put this in my notes, but I just thought about it, is that like I've seen people who have had weight loss surgery who are like now influencers and stuff come out with like training plans and nutrition plans, like those like very stereotypical influencer nutrition and training plans. And not that I think, I don't think.
She said, while we're at it, that's what happened in her head. While we're at it, I got some things to say right now.
Influencers should do that in general. Like, I think we should leave that to the professionals. And I don't want to discount weight loss surgery either, because I fucking hate when people do that with me. Like, I hate it. It's not an easy way out at all. And you do have to learn proper nutrition, and you do have to learn like how to exercise and train and everything to keep the weight off.
This is true. Weight loss surgery does help, right? If it didn't, why would you get it, right? Of course it helps. But if you are going to try and lose weight and keep that weight off for the rest of your life, there is no way that is happening without you learning proper nutrition and diet and exercise and for you, right? I'm not saying that means you should be a coach, because that's what we're getting into here. But like, there's no way that you, trust me, we've all seen people that have had weight loss surgery that end up gaining the weight back. It is not a quick fix that solves everything. Does it make it easier? Of course, right? Like, why would you get it if it didn't, right? It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make it all of a sudden I have no issues and everything's good. No, it's not that simple.
But that doesn't negate the fact that we had success in weight loss because we got parts of our stomach cut off. And like, I would never in a million years ever dream of starting a nutrition plan program, ever.
You should do it. What are you talking about? Just be like, all right, first step, get some weight loss surgery, and then we can move on. First step, cut off 80% of your stomach. All right, you got that? All right, let's go.
Solely for that reason. Like, whenever anybody asks me what I did to lose weight and like if I had tips, I'm like, I always preface it. I'm like, first of all, like, I had weight loss surgery. I had 7/8 of my stomach removed. Let me get that out of the way. That was the main reason, or that was the main thing that helped me lose weight and see success.
It is so refreshing to see someone that has like common sense. I don't know. Like, why aren't more people like this? I know why. It's because if you just don't bring that up, and like, there is money to be made, right? That's why. It is that simple. When we're talking about influencers and putting out like, you know, these diet plans, putting out these BS, like, it blows my mind that people are just so okay with putting out stuff that they know they know nothing about, but they're like, I can make some money doing this. Dude, okay, sorry.
But then I'd go on and be like, but this is what's helping me now and blah, blah, blah. But I just don't think, I just have a hard time. It's with any influencer, really. I don't think any influencer is actually qualified to give out that kind of information. Unless you're like a Greg Doucette who has like a master's in kinesiology and like actually has the proper training to give out that information. I never did any of these. I haven't read any anecdotes about it, but I've just always considered it kind of suspect. Just because I personally, because of the way I went about my weight loss, I would never, ever in a million years feel qualified to give people nutrition advice beyond the like stereotypical like calories in, calories out, move more, eat less, and just like some helpful tips that like I have, like the food videos that I do that are like the foods that help me lose weight, that kind of stuff is fine, but like actually like giving out.
So there's a very big difference. I know that Megan is probably going to explain this right now, but there's a very big difference between, in my opinion, between just kind of giving general calories in, calories out, caloric deficit, hey, calorie deficit, you know, advice, just saying this is how you lose weight. This is like the overall mechanism, versus saying, here is a diet plan. This is what you need to eat at this time. This is what you need to eat at this time. This is what you need to eat at this time. The best way to do it is this diet. The best way to do it is this diet. The best way to do it is definitely don't ever eat a friggin' green bean, because for some reason those are the devil or whatever it is, right? And then on top of that being like, this is the best exercise for fat loss. Do this in the gym and you should do that. There's a very big difference between, hey, weight loss happens when you're in a caloric deficit, you know? And there are some good foods that are, you know, higher in volume, lower in calories that will help you do that, versus saying, this is exactly what you need to eat at this time and this time and this time. There's a big difference, in my opinion, with those two approaches.
Nutrition plans just seems like crossing a line to me. And that's not just weight loss surgery people, but in the context of this video, that's what I'm talking about. So yeah. Overall, I think weight loss surgery, social media is toxic and problematic in the same way that all health and wellness social media is. Like it's
facts.
It's no different. But I do think that with weight loss surgery, there is another level of vulnerability added to it because it's a huge, huge step to make. And so I think that's why it's kind of more dangerous in a few ways.
And this is stuff that I say all the time. This is why I get so passionate, and I know people get kind of annoyed with me when I talk about like weight loss and weight loss influencers using their, you know, the fact that they lost weight, the fact that they have followers to influence these people that are following them. Because I've always said, when someone is trying to lose a massive amount of weight and they are following you, there is a level of vulnerability there for the person that is trying to lose weight, and they are going to trust you more than they should, you know? And so like you should be very aware of that, and the things that you do and the things that you say. In my opinion, you should always look at it through a lens of, this person is going to listen to what I have to say, so I should be very careful. But sadly, it's usually not like that. It's, this person is going to believe everything I say. How can I make money off of that? And that pisses me off. It pisses me off.
To be as negative of a space that it is, I feel like that was a very weird sentence, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. And I think one big part of weight loss surgery social media that is a lot different from like just general health and wellness social media is that people are publicly like so hard on themselves, which I'm not saying like don't be real on your like social media. I try and be as real as possible. Like that's my whole thing. But like don't demonize gaining like 2 pounds. Like you're fine. Like I said, you probably just need to take a shit, or like you need to like pee or sleep or something. Like it's not that big of a deal, and it's not something to get worked up over. And I feel like
being hyper-focused on like every tiny little bit of weight gain is seriously not helpful. Like it really isn't.
A lot of people in the weight loss surgery sphere on social media get worked up over stuff like that, and it's just not a healthy space to be in. In the end, like most of my videos end, it's just ending in me saying, do what's best for you and what works for you and what you want to do. So long as it's not hurting yourself or others around you, you're gonna be fine. And like there's no one right right way to experience weight loss surgery. And I feel like that is something that's also not talked about enough on social media. And that's why I'm here. And I really hope, I'm not trying to like hype myself up here, but I really hope, and I've gotten messages saying that like my content has helped because it is different. So shameless plug, if you are looking for like more average advice, like come and hang out. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video. I've been thinking about making it for a while.
But yeah, so that's like, I don't know. This stuff is frustrating with Diet Bet. And this is why I always say just be careful with who you follow. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, what you can do, what you can't do, but just be careful with who you follow. Because sadly, a lot of times when people get a large following, morals sometimes go out the door, and maybe some people will say that that's what I do, and you know, to each their own. Everyone's a little bit different. But I think that sadly it's very easy for people to gain a following and you know, just kind of use the following that they have to make money. And there's nothing wrong with making money, but there is definitely something wrong with scamming people to make money.